Kid Goku is the best new TUR. How should you build his hidden potential? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the brand new Agl Kid Goku from the Dragon Ball Saga. This is the SAIYAN Day campaign unit, and good God, is he broken. So in this video, we're going to focus down taking a look at his kit and deciding what is the best hidden potential to make use of how broken this character is. So let's go ahead and kick this off. Let's take a look at his kit. So he is a DB Saga or Earthbred Fighters category key 3, HP 200% and attack and defense 170%, with an additional attack and defense 50% for characters who also belong to the Youth or Dragon Ball Seekers category. He raises attack and defense on his super attack infinitely and seals super attacks. That's very helpful for those short events like Battle Hardened Formidable Foes where you can seal the enemy. He does have a unit super that can be activated when there's a Bulma attacking in the same turn, and it allows him to raise attack and defense and cause immense damage and stuns the enemy. So really the only difference between having the Bulma or not is the stunning. That's it. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. So you don't even really need Bulma for certain events. It's just if you want the stun. Now, he does have an entrance animation that activates when you have a DB Saga, Youth, or Dragon Ball Seekers category ally attacking in the same turn. And it gives him an additional super attack and damage reduction rate for 40% for 7 turns. He has attack and defense 200%, damage reduction rate 20%, and an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack. So for the first 7 turns, he basically has 60% damage reduction as well as stacking. When he gets 12 or more ki, he gets attack 100%, and he gets a 55% chance of performing a critical hit within the turn and a 22% chance of evading within the turn. Now, what this means is, every turn when he attacks, he has a 55% chance to launch a critical hit for the rest of the turn. So once you hit that 55%, you don't need any more. It doesn't matter. You're gonna hit your crit no matter what after that. So it's really useful effect, especially with it being 55%. You're gonna hit it more often than you don't. Same goes for that evasion. He has a 22% chance of evading an enemy's attack within the turn, and once that procs, every subsequent attack directed at him after that will be evaded. So really nice. It's rather low, but it is nice when it happens. Not that he needs it, given the defense it has, but it is helpful for those big supers. Now, for every super attack performed, he gets an additional attack 50% up to 200%, and after performing 7 or more super attacks in battle, he launches an additional super attack from then on and guards attack. So basically, somewhere around his 3rd to 4th appearance, he's going to have both guard and 1 extra super attack. After that, he'll kind of taper off on the super attacks, but then he'll still have the guard to go along with it. So he'll be fine in a lot of long content. He also has an active skill that will recover HP, give him ki 3, and an additional attack and defense 30% for the rest of the battle. So you do want to activate this, especially in some of the shorter fights, you want to activate that as soon as possible. But in longer fights, you probably gonna want to hold off until way later on, especially like for the Festival of Battles, right? Because if he's doing less attack, especially early on, without that additional sort of 30%, although he will eventually kind of make up for it, but you save that for the end, and he'll be allowed to stack more since he's not doing as much damage. So you do want to kind of do that. So with that, that begs the question, how should you build this hidden potential? Well, looking at the Dokkan hidden potential guide over on the Dokkan wiki, so shout out to these guys for this, he is an AGL type. That means he is naturally going to lean into additional attacks. With full additional investment, he's looking at a 40%, with an additional 10 up which would put him up to 60% chance to do an additional super. So really, really nice. So given that, and the fact that he's a stacker, that is almost exactly what you want to do. This is the build that I have with my 79% Goku, and my recommended build is 30 additional. If you have the dupes and you have the orbs to fill it in, go for the full 30, right? That gets you a 60% chance to do an additional. That means for those first 7 turns, he can do up to 6 super attacks. So that's really, really good for him. Or not 6, 5 super attacks. That's really good for stacking a lot early on. You do want that. So right, because he'll have his additional, he'll have his entrance, he'll have his basic additional attack, and then he'll have the one he gets after the 7 attacks, and then he has the hidden potential. So a potential of 5 super attacks before the 7 turns is up. So that's really, really good for getting him built up, especially since he is raising that attack and defense infinitely. You want to give yourself more chances to do that. Now, where things get a little tricky is what to build for his sub. Now, I chose to go dodge for the sub. I think that is probably the best recommended potential for him in his sub potential. As an AGL, the best he's going to get is around... with full orbs, the best he's going to get is around 15, which is a 15% extra chance to dodge, and that assumes that you have full... That assumes you give him all sub, dodge, and full orbs, meaning you have 2 level 10 orbs, or 2 level 5 orbs for dodge for him. I don't really think you should waste your defensive slot for a dodge in your bronze slot. Your bronze slot should definitely go towards the highest level defense orb you have. So that gives 30 additional and 30 15. Now, you could go critical hit, but it's not really going to be doing much for you. But then again, neither is the additional dodge, because again, you have this right here. The reason you don't want crit is because pretty much once this 55% procs, you've got crit. You don't need to worry about trying to proc it again, which makes the hidden potential pretty much useless. Now, the thing about dodge and his hidden potential is, if the 22 doesn't proc, but he procs the hidden potential dodge, it does not proc the rest of the turn part of this passive. So it has to be this check that procs in order for him to get the dodge for the rest of the turn. So, I mean, I know some people were talking about going no dodge, so that way when they know when this hits, it's guaranteed for the rest of the turn. I can understand that, but... personally, this is what I went with here. I think this will work out the best for him. Full additionals with sub dodge. He is a stacker. You want to make full use of that, especially since he has built-in crit. As far as skill orbs go, you want to be putting your highest level defense in your bronze slot, and then any additional and dodge orbs that you have. Personally, I went level 4 additional and dodge for a Pure Saiyans EX orb that I had, as well as a full additional orb. If this was a dodge, if both of these were level 5 additional and dodge, that's what they would be, but I just don't have that, so this is my personal one. But obviously, if you have the orbs to make it so, level 5 on both of these, and that'll get you your 30 and your 15. So guys, that is it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, hey, let us know if you pulled for Kid Goku on the Saiyan Day banner. After all, this is the first time we've really had this kind of celebration for Saiyan Day. I don't think we've ever seen a Dragon Ball Saga for the celebration, so I'm kind of curious to see how many people actually jumped into the banner. As well, if you did pull dupes for him, let us know how you decided to build his hidden potential. Did you follow our recommendation and go with the additionals, or did you come up with your own build? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.